After helping hundreds of families buy new homes across Aiken, North Augusta, Augusta, Evans, Martinez, and Grovetown, Joe and I have seen the same mistakes come up over and over again, and most of them are completely avoidable. The problem is most buyers don't know what they don't know, especially if they're relocating from out of state and the CSRA market is unfamiliar territory.
So today we're going to put it all on the table, the 5 biggest mistakes we see CSRA home buyers make, what they are and why they happen, and exactly what to do instead. So if you're thinking about buying a home anywhere in the CSRA, this video could save you thousands of dollars and a whole lot of stress. So let's jump right into it. Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. I am Joe Seaman, a realtor serving South Carolina and Georgia, born and raised right here in the CSRA.
And I'm Hope, Joe's wife and the operations manager for our team, also born and raised right here in the CSRA. Together, we are the J Properties Group, and between us, we have helped a lot of families navigate the home buying process in this market. We know the landmine, what the landmines are, and today we're going to walk you right around them.
And if you're new to our channel, welcome. We drop a brand new video every Friday by 1 o'clock Eastern. We've got a full, honest tour of North Augusta, a head-to-head comparison of Aiken versus North Augusta, and a deep dive into all the new construction coming to this area, all linked in the description below and on our website at jpropertiesonline.com.
And as always, if you want to talk to our team directly, click the link in the description or call or text the number right there. We have a process to make sure you get a real fast response, not a bot, not a 3-day wait, real people who know this market. Okay, 5 mistakes. Let's go.
Mistake number 1, and this is the most common one we see, is falling in love with a home before you know what you can actually afford. Someone finds a house online, they tour it, then they start mentally putting furniture in rooms. They're already thinking about where the Christmas tree is gonna go. And then they get pre-approved and find out that the price point is outside what they actually qualify for. Or worse, they make an offer and it falls apart at the financing stage. The fix is simple, but it does require a little bit of discipline. You wanna get pre-approved first before you tour a single home. Before you open up Zillow and start scrolling, you want to sit down with a good local lender who knows the market. You want to find out actually what you can qualify for. You want to find out what your monthly payment's going to look like at different price points and what your cash to close is going to be. Then start your search in that exact order.
And I want to give this a little more texture because there's a version of this mistake that's even more painful. We had a family relocating to the CSRA from up north. Wonderful people. They had toured a home they absolutely loved. They were ready to move, and we ran the numbers with the lender, and we found out they had a small credit issue from 3 years prior that had not been resolved. It was fixable, but it needed 60 days to clear up. They lost that house. Someone else bought it while they waited, and they were devastated because they had already emotionally moved in. But we were able to find them something equally great, and it worked out. But those 60 days, they were brutal. And the whole thing could have been avoided had they started with a lender before they started the search.
Pre-approval is not a formality. It is the foundation of our entire home search. And so we want to make sure that we do the pre-approval process first.
Mistake number 2 is one that surprises people because it feels obvious in hindsight, but in the excitement of buying a home, it gets missed all the time. And that is budgeting only for your mortgage payment and not accounting for the full cost of owning that specific home. Here's what I mean. In the CSRA, HOA fees, property tax rates, and flood zone designations can vary dramatically, sometimes street by street. We have seen buyers almost close on a home without realizing the HOA fees were $400 a month. That is $4,800 a year in additional housing cost that was not in their budget. At some price points, that changes the entire picture.
And flood zones. So that's something I want to specifically call out to people that are relocating here to South Carolina. The CSRA is not in a coastal market, but we do have properties near the Savannah River and various creeks and drainage areas where flood insurance is required. Flood insurance is not cheap. It can be several $1,000s a year. And if you're not factoring that into the true monthly cost of home ownership, then you're looking at a pretty incomplete number.
The other thing in this category is maintenance and repair reserves. A new construction home has a builder warranty that covers a lot in the first year and more in the first 10. A resale home, especially one that is 15 to 20 years old, may have deferred maintenance that shows up in an inspection. Budget for it. Our general guidance is to have at least 1% of the home's purchase price set aside annually for the maintenance and repairs. This is not a rule, it's just a starting point.
And the bottom line is mistake number 2, know your true all-in monthly cost before you make an offer. We help our buyers build that picture before they fall in love with a house and an area. It protects them and it makes them much more confident in the buying process. So mistake number 3 is one that I have very strong feelings about because I have watched it cost people real money, and that is waiting for perfect market conditions before buying, waiting for rates to drop, waiting for prices to come down, and waiting for the right time. And here is what is the truth about real estate timing. At least in the markets I have worked in my entire career, the perfect time to buy almost never announces itself in advance. It almost always looks clearest in the rearview mirror. The people who bought in North Augusta 3 years ago, before Riverside Village was complete, and before the High was announced, before Martintown Ridge broke ground, those buyers are sitting on a significant appreciation right now. They did not know the market perfectly, but they bought when the home made sense for their life and their budget, and it was their strategy.
And there's a real cost to waiting that people underestimate. While you're renting and waiting for rates to drop, you're building someone else's equity. Every month of rent is a month that you're not building wealth through home ownership. And in a growing market like the CSRA, where new construction is actively coming online and the city is attracting new residents and investment, the home you're waiting to buy is likely getting more expensive, not less.
And now I want to be clear, this does not mean to buy before you financially are ready. Do not stretch your budget beyond your means, and we tell buyers this all the time. Do not skip the pre-approval, do not ignore your budget, but if the home works for your life and the price makes sense for your financial picture and you plan to be here at least 3 to 5 years, stop waiting for a signal that may never come. Go ahead and buy the home.
And if you're genuinely unsure whether the timing makes sense for your specific situation, that is exactly the conversation that we love to have. No pressure, no sales pitch, just real numbers, real guidance. The link is in the description.
And mistake number 4, and this one is personal to us, so I'm going to be direct about it. Choosing an agent who does not know the CSRA's individual markets is a mistake that can cost you in ways you will not even see until it's too late. And here's what I mean by that. Aiken, North Augusta, Augusta, Evans, Martinez, Grovetown, all of these are little micro markets in the same market. They all have different price dynamics, different inventory levels, different school zone considerations, different HOA structures, different new construction activity, different negotiating norms, and an agent who treats the whole CSRA as one market is working with an incomplete map, and you are the one that's going to pay the price for that.
We actually did 2 full videos and blog posts on exactly this topic. One is the complete breakdown of North Augusta on its own, and the other is head-to-head comparison of Aiken versus North Augusta. Both are linked in the description below and on our website. We did those videos because we want buyers to walk into this market informed, and we want the agent they choose to be even more informed than they are.
And this brings me to another point. The questions that you may want to ask agents that you're considering using is, how many homes have you sold in this specific city or neighborhood in the last 12 months? Do you have relationships with the builders who are active in these new construction communities? Do you know which streets in which neighborhoods have the strongest appreciation history? And do you know which HOAs are well managed and which ones have issues? And if they can't answer those simple questions specifically and confidently, you need to keep looking for another agent, and we're sitting right here.
And here's the thing that matters most to us. Being born and raised here is not a tagline. It's why we know things that you cannot find on Google. Joe grew up on these streets. I grew up on these streets. We know which neighborhoods have changed, which ones are on the way up, which new communities are positioned well, and which ones have details a buyer needs to know before making an offer. That is the value of a truly local agent, and you deserve that.
There's nothing wrong about interviewing your agent. You need to ask the hard questions and make sure whoever you choose knows this market the way only someone who has lived it can.
Mistake number 5, and this is the one where I take a breath before I talk about it, because I've seen this go really, really bad, and it's painful to watch. In competitive markets, buyers sometimes feel pressure to waive the home inspection in order to make their offer more attractive to the seller. I understand why that feels a reasonable trade-off in the moment, but a home inspection is not a negotiating chip. It is a protection. It is the one opportunity that you have before you own that home to have a professional go through every system, every structure, every major component, and tell you what you're actually buying. We have seen buyers waive inspections, close on homes with HVAC systems that needed full replacement, with roofs that had undisclosed damage, with foundation issues that were not visible to the naked eye. The repair costs in these cases were not small. We're talking $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 of work that showed up within the first year of ownership. And there was nothing they could do about it because they had signed away their inspection rights.
Now I want to give you the other side of this because the conversation is not always black and white in real estate. There are ways to make an offer competitive without waiving your inspection entirely. You can offer a shorter inspection period, 5 days instead of 10. You can offer to limit your inspection contingency to structural and mechanical issues only rather than any cosmetic items. You can increase your earnest money to signal seriousness. These are all strategies that keep you protected while still making your offer pretty compelling for the seller.
And on new construction, yes, you still need an inspection. Builder warranties cover certain things, but a third-party inspector will call and catch things the builder's own process may have missed. We recommend inspections at multiple phases of new construction for our buyers, not just at the end, and it's worth every penny.
And the bottom line on mistake number 5 is never buy a home without knowing exactly what you're buying. There are creative ways to stay competitive without gambling your financial protection, and a good agent knows how to navigate that balance. That is what we do for our buyers every single day. So 5 mistakes, 5 completely avoidable situations that we see cost buyers time, money, and most importantly, peace of mind. And none of them have to happen to you. If you take one thing from this video, let it be this: work with people who know the market, prepare before you search, and never skip your due diligence. Those 3 things alone will serve you well no matter where you buy.
And if you're thinking about buying a home in Aiken, North Augusta, Augusta, Evans, Martinez, Grovetown, anywhere in the CSRA, and you want a team that was born and raised here that knows every one of these micro markets, that is going to tell you the truth, even when it's not what you're hoping to hear, we want to be that team for you.
So click the link in the description below or call or text the number right there. Our team has a process set up to make sure you hear back fast from real people who know this market, no runaround, no waiting, and we take that very seriously.
And before you go, check out the other videos and blog posts we mentioned today, the full North Augusta tour, the Aiken versus North Augusta breakdown, the new construction deep dive, all linked in the description and at jpropertiesonline.com. They're all going to help you get to the right decision faster.
And hit that like button if this was helpful. It genuinely helps other buyers find this content. Subscribe for a new video every Friday by 1 o'clock Eastern. Hope and I will see y'all next Friday. Born and raised right here in the CSRA. I'm proud of it. We'll see you next Friday.